Okay guys, to do this project we're going to need some scrap fabric. I'm using this homespun fabric I had left over from a rag quilt that I made. And I did purposely try to fringe the ends of it. I just kind of rubbed my fingers across the edges and just kind of stretched on it a little bit to give it a aged, used kind of primitive look. So we have this cream color. I have some red and some blue. We'll need a styrofoam wreath. You can pick this up at just about any craft store, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, probably the Dollar Tree, somewhere like that. You can probably find this. We'll need some chalk paint. I'm using Waverly lacquer and Waverly sandstone. We'll need some Fabri-Tac, or you can use a glue gun, some scissors, paintbrush, paint sponge, and some kind of sign. I picked this up at the dollar store. It was part of this sign that I got here. It was $1, but I cut the center out and we're going to paint that. And then we'll need some kind of scrap paper so we can paint this. So let's do that first. So that way it has time to dry while we make the wreath. I'm just painting the front of it. I'm just going to dump some paint on here. There we go. And we're just going to paint this red. Might need a couple coats. Okay. Push that aside. Now we'll take this wreath form, and I'm going to start by wrapping the white around first. This is the big piece. Let's go with this piece. And I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac. I like this Fabri-Tac because it dries really fast and it's pretty strong. So I'm just going to put some of that on there. And I'm going to paste it to the back. And I'm just going to wrap this around here. And we're going to glue this piece down. Grab the next piece. I'm going to put a little glue on here. And we're going to put that on there like that. Might need one more piece. I'll have to cut another piece. Okay, so we have that wrapped on there. I'm going to glue it to the back. And I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so this is our front. This is what we have so far. Now I'm going to use the red. And I'm not going to wrap it all the way around. I'm just going to kind of alternate it. So I'm going to start here and glue this down. I guess it really doesn't matter where you start. I'm going to attach it to this piece here that we stopped or started with. I'm going to glue that on there. And I'm going to just kind of alternate. Between red and white. There we go. And this is where we're at with it so far. I'm going to glue this piece down. Let that dry. Cut that off. Alright, there's what we have. And I'm going to use this blue. And I think I'm just going to wrap that up in this corner. And I'm going to glue this down. This loose piece down. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry. Make sure. Okay, so I have decided to put a bow on this, and this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna add this piece of fabric. I'm going to lay some of this raffia across here. Nothing perfect. I didn't measure anything. I'm kind of just going for it. So you guys can watch me go for it. We'll see what the end result is. So we'll go with about this much. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bow. I'm gonna start here and just kind of let this hang down. And then I'm going to fold this over to the center. And then I'm going to take this long piece over here and fold it back leave this tail and fold this back like this. I'm going to pull some of this raffia up out of there and kind of just spread this out a little bit. And do the same over here. Pull this up through here and straighten this out. So this is what we have. So here's our bow. And then we'll adjust these tails after we get this pinned down. And then we're going to want to tie this center Just keep working at it until you like the way it looks. And then we can always adjust it once we get it on the wreath. But it's definitely going to look like a rustic, primitive looking Americana wreath for sure. So I have this rope over here, and all I did was cut a piece of this off, and then I spread apart these pieces, and then I spread it apart more to get this stuff here. So I'm gonna add this to the center to tie this. So let's just turn this over and tie this down. This is a very inexpensive project you could do to make a nice wreath to hang on your door. I'm going to use this to tie to the back, to tie this to the back of the wreath. So there we go. I'm going to tie one more knot on this just to be sure it stays. There we go. So there is our little, and see how this looks. So I'm just using that. I'm going to flip to the back, tie this on. Trim this off. Okay guys, so I kind of changed a couple things up here. I wasn't sure if I actually liked the red sign. I don't think that color looks good with this Americana or homespun fabric. I tried to paint some fireworks on there. I'm not a painter, but I tried. So this is where I think I'm going to leave it, is right here, like this. And for hanging, all I did was take some of this twine, this rope that I tore apart, and I wrapped that around here for hanging it. So I think I like how it turned out. When I started this whole project, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I just knew I was going to do something. And just thanks for watching along with me to see what I come up with. I had this styrofoam wreath hanging around for quite a while in my craft room. And I was like, I need to do something with this. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I wanted to do something. So in the spirit of 4th of July and the holiday, I thought I would pull together some things I already had in my craft room and just make an Americana wreath, and I think it turned out pretty great. So again, I mean, these are just things I had laying around, and I mean, you could use a pair of denim blue jeans, tear them up, an old red and white t-shirt if you wanted to go with Americana, or, you know, 4th of July or something like that. There's lots of things you can probably find laying around your house that doesn't cost a lot, that you can make a cute little wreath like this. So I know in the beginning of the video I had mentioned that I would be using this, and you know, I had some other things laying here, but I mean, things change, and I kind of just didn't like this with it. So this is where I'm gonna stay. So I hope you enjoyed the video and the process moving along with me in making this and seeing what we come up with. So I think I'm going to hang it up here behind me and leave it hanging in my room for a little bit here. Alright, thank you for watching. If you like crafting, sewing, bag making, quilting, things of that nature, please like and subscribe. I'll have lots more content in the future. But I hope you like it. Thanks.